Alright, you lovely lot, Mark here, 6 Plus Save. Doing a video that I don't normally want to do. I don't normally want to do a negative video, but this is just something that I've been mulling over last night because this came out yesterday. This post came out yesterday, and some of you may know, some of you may not know. Um, I have a weird hate-love relationship with Games Workshop. I love their models, I love their lore, I love everything like they produce within reasons, but then their business practices and other things I don't always like. All right, and I think many of us are in the same kind of boat. So I've been in this hobby, this interest for quite some time now. And they done this post. There was a leaked rumor about stuff like this was going to happen for Age of Sigmar. Now this one here, I'm not sure what title I'm going to put or anything like that. Basically, a load of stuff is being culled from Age of Sigmar from 4th edition onwards. And it's Stormcast, Beastmen, Bone Splitters, the Savage Orcs, and some others. Now, the reason why this is potentially causing such a ruckus on social media is people have spent time and money on these models. Alright, they've spent time and money on these models, and a lot of them haven't had a very long shelf life, and it includes includes warcry as well. Now, they give explanations why and so on and so forth, so, you can read this at your leisure. I will put a link to the post there. Now, let's start off with the Stormcast. Now, the Stormcast, it kind of was seen coming because Stormcast is so very bloated. Now, with the new Thunderstrike armor, a lot of people were coming up with a rumor, or not rumor, but theorizing that the old chunky armor would then be discontinued for new Thunderstrike armor. However, then if you think about it, if it's still the same base, it's just an older sculpt. In theory, you could still then play with the new rules. You don't have to buy the new models, if that makes sense. As long as you're not mix and matching like a new model with the old model, you can make it work. All right. Like when they revamp models, they revamped Necrons, they revamped Tyranids, and so on and so forth. Okay. However, from what I've read here, the entirety of the Sacrosanct range, it's going. It's just going. So they're gonna write it into the law that they're disappearing to help cure the curse of the reforging and so on and so forth. So they've written plot for the explanation of why. Now, I really did enjoy the Sacrosanct aesthetic. I actually had a Sacrosanct army before I then sold it off, bills as per normal. So I'm hoping for the Stormcast players out there that models that aren't Sacrosanct, like the Judiciaries and stuff like that, do get their revamped models. That if you have Liberators, you could just use your old Liberators with the new Liberator rules. I know they may have Thunderstrike keyword and all this and all that. They're not in Thunderstrike armor. Hopefully, you can still play. Obviously, it's your choice if you then want to, get the newer models. But having just the Sacrosanct just go as an option, that's big. They've only really had a 6-year shelf life. That's like holy smokes. The Skaven, no surprise. With the trailer of 4th edition and showing off Skaven, it is as I said, for 40k, it's the Necron treatment and stuff like that. You've got new sculpts coming out. However, because it's so up in the air, no one knows what's coming back, because there's rumours going around that rat swarms aren't going to come back. and other particular units. So this is a bit of an odd one, okay? I don't see them getting rid of clan rats. It's going to be a glow up. From a personal point of view, I would say there'd be a glow up. Same for the storm vermin, rat ogres, so on and so forth. But I don't know. I don't have an all-seeing ball. So yeah, fingers crossed you Skaven players will get new models, resculpts, much love, but you can still then hopefully use your old models like the Jezzails, well, they showed it in the trailer, didn't they? Bone splitters. Now this is where some of it's gone a bit. For me, it's them Games Workshop showing some of their business practices, and their bone splitters are going. So the idea is, if you know anything about the old world, bone splitters and stuff like that, they're your savage orcs. All right. So Games Workshop as a business seen their actions put this across. They don't really want people using the same army in multiple game systems. Yes, there are outliers such as demons and those ones. However, the way like Hedonites of Slaanesh, you need your mortal models in that army in AOS to make it function compared to 40k and so on and so forth. So gone are the days of just simply having a demon army. You can just throw it in each system. You kind of can, but the rules don't benefit you. Okay, you are strong armed, and this is another part of it that you could have used these in AOS and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's. Let's just say a lot of people aren't surprised, but it's not great. Slaves to Darkness. This is one that really caught a lot of people off by the wayside, of them saying that they struggle to balance the rules and so on and so forth for warcry and numerous different reasons. But them just going, that's just big. That's just big because with the arrival of Dark Oath, Slaves to Darkness has finally found its mortal followers. This means that a number of warbands representing the wider followers of Chaos Mortal Realms will be retiring from the spotlight and the range. They're mostly involved warbands, previous edition warcry. Yeah, but the thing is, so the way they're trying to make it now is Dark Oath and Slaves to Darkness just somehow worship just undivided. That there's no space for other factions. It's really, really odd. Really strange. Like I'm surprised that the Spire Tyrants are going and stuff like that. The Untamed, they are undivided, but they may have a plan down the line. Fingers crossed. There's not a lot of script to this video. I'm just gonna put it out there. This is one that's like, holy smokes. Beasts of Chaos are just going. They're going. Now, I will say you're going to have your version of Legends rules. So you will be able to play with these models, but those rules won't ever get updated. You may get an update to them between editions, emphasis may, but you're never going to get like an errata for it or anything like that. Those rules are set. Yeah, I'm genuinely sorry for the Beastmen players out there. Beasts of Chaos or whatever you want to be called. Like, that's huge. That's a whole army gone. That's not a portion of, Stormcast going, a portion of Scale. No, this is a whole army is going. Because the Zangors and the Slangors will stay, but will be staying in their respective forces. Zangor is Tzeentch, and Slangors are Hedonites of Slaanesh. That's just huge. So this is going to have a major ripple effect. Now, don't get me wrong. You could use these models in old world or fantasy or any other game system like that. One-page rules, for example. But the problem is, if you don't want to play those game systems, yeah, that I'm not gonna tell you what what you can or can't do. The other one that's quite surprising then, or it's not because it's Finecast and not being used, is you got these odd leftovers and Branchway, Fraternal Warden, and so on and so forth. And you got Warhammer Quest. So these are quite like these aren't the end of the world because they normally have this between editions that they cut out things that don't carry on. But big things like Beastmen are going, warcry units are going, Bone Splitters are going, Skaven is kind of up in the air. I do hope it's just resculpts. But Stormcast having a whole chamber going. Stormcast, I will say, is very bloated in its models. But in all fairness, Space Marines are kind of in that same vein. But yeah, it's just very, very big. So that's the core facts. My thoughts behind it, and I think many other people's thoughts, is they're struggling with production. They cannot keep producing these models. For example, the Stormcast models, rules writing, balancing, blah blah blah, whatever you want to call it. Maybe they are genuinely struggling with the sheer volume of Stormcast that they've got, that they've had to go, oh, okay, we need to remove a chamber because we can't keep up with production and so on and so forth. Oh, Sacrosanct Chamber is going to go off and sort out this issue that's going on in the lore. There you go. That's X amount of things that we don't need to worry about now going forward. So from a business point of view, it makes sense because it then hopefully frees up production in multiple avenues that can be assisted by that being removed. Skaven, well, we've got to wait and see what gets resculpted, what comes back. Beastmen, yeah, that's the whole, as I harken back, Games Workshop. As a business, a lot of businesses don't want you to be spending money. Fine, that's how businesses make money. So if you only have to spend X amount of money on one army that you can then play in 2 game systems, that's them not making as much money to pay the bills and so on and so forth. So it does seem to be like, Beastmen, bye-bye, you go into old world. That's where you stay. As I said, you are going to get Legends rules, so you can play with your friends and stuff like that. But you may then struggle because you may be underpowered or overpowered or anything like that. There won't be any updates and erratas. But yeah, this is kind of, yeah, this is just big, and I know there's a lot of like content creators out there making reactions and stuff to this. I'm just putting my 2 cents out there because I know a lot of people, like, they make laugh and joke at me going, oh, you just hate Games Workshop. No, I genuinely don't. This is why I get so annoyed and upset at them. I've been in the war gaming hobby for over 20 years now, and it's just, how do I say it, heartbreaking to know people have got armies out there that are just getting ripped out from underneath their feet. Because me and the other half, we had a stream last week, I think it was, where she's decided to hopefully collect some Beastmen for 1-page rules. And yes, that's 1-page rules, that's that game system and so on and so forth. But yeah, she would never then really be able to play it in AOS. I know the legend rules before anyone keyboard warrior. But yeah, it's just a feel bad moment across the board, and like warcry and stuff. But now I'm just treading water. But yeah, this is just not nice. And the problem is now setting a precedence that people are concerned about the longevity of their investment. If you invest in an army or forces or whatever, how long of a shelf life do they have? And that was never a huge concern before. There was always concerns of like old models being retired and here's a new model, so forth. That's always been a thing. But having whole units just go. They've done it, as I said before, with Space Marines. They've retired models, made them legends for Horus Heresy, like 40k Horus Heresy and stuff like that. But this is just big. This seems really, really big, and it's causing a lot of ripples and waves. So, I do implore you, if you do have Beastmen and stuff like that, maybe actually having a look at other game systems. If you do want to play with your models, maybe genuinely do look at other game systems. Look at one-page rules, for example. Look, just have a look around. Have a look around. I'm not saying, boycott Games Workshop. I'm not going to be that petty, all right? It's your money, it's your time, you spend it however you see fit. But look in other directions. Look for enjoyment. I'm personally, for me, my Ravenwing bikes, I'm looking at revamping them for Horus Heresy. That's one that I'm doing. And try and make it work the way you want it to work. But anyway, I now really am waffling. So thank you all very, very much. Comments down below. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, hope to see some of you, if not all of you, in the next one. Ta-ra for now. Just a quick little advert for myself. If you'd like to support the channel, click that subscribe button, click that notification so you know when there's more content coming out. And if you want to go above and beyond, we've now got the access to YouTube memberships. 3 different tiers: bronze, silver and gold. Starting out bronze, great opportunities. Silver, you get the previous perks on top of the new perks. All helps, and there's a little added bonus for printing. And then the gold is the full works. You get one-to-one with me and exclusive videos going forward. Thank you again.